on Tuesday. Live, coming out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Hello, everybody. Come on in. It's windy. Oh, we got a lot to talk about tonight. All right. Hello, everybody. The crowd is here. Who was number one? Mike! Did you steal second or did you steal home? Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. We have a lot to cover. I'm going to try to get most of it in 1 hour. I got some stuff to do afterwards. But I'm going to... Hold on. All right. Thank you for coming in. It means a lot to hit the like. And I'm going to talk tonight. A lot of you subscribe to my channel because I keep it real. I tell the truth. I'm a diehard Trump supporter. We got the hat over here. I'm not going anywhere with Trump, but I'm going to speak the truth on Trump. I think he made a big mistake, and I'm going to talk about it. And I don't know why Fox or any other YouTubers are talking about it. There's one guy talked about it. Brian, hello. Whiskey Tango, Janine. Look, we're going to talk about Pam Bondi. It's possible she's going to be fired, but, is it her fault? Well, come on in, French fries, and give me some onion rings and little light ketchup and Tabasco sauce. Hello, French fries. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. Hey, guys, first of all, before we talk about Trump and his first mistake, I think this is a mistake. It's not a big mistake, but it is a mistake. I say it as it is because I make mistakes. But I'm not the president. I'm a YouTube channel, but I'll call myself out. Trump knows he made a mistake today. I just heard about this an hour and a half because I've been swamped today. By the way, we took care of a lot more homeless today. Appreciate everybody's support, likes, subscribing, memberships, donations when you're able to. Thank you so much. It means a lot to be in Maribel and everybody on here. We can continue our journey on doing much for bigger things, I'm hoping, in the future. There's still 173 missing in Texas. And also there was I believe a police officer they found deceased. And more bodies are being found. Also, I'm going to touch on what do I know, what went wrong there. Ardell, glad you're here, Ardell. I'm sure it was an accident. By the way, guys, yesterday, Ardell was timed out. Ardell is great supporter. It was probably an accident. I don't think I did. It could have been an accidentally by possible moderator, Ardell. Or sometimes YouTube is funny when some wording. Although I read all your comments, Ardell, and regardless, I'm glad you're back. Mistakes do happen. I accidentally timed my mom out one time. She never came back because she's a Democrat. I love you, Mom. So everything will just move on. We can handle most times when you're timed out if we get to it quick, but these things happen. And I believe Ozzy got a message review. Come on in, let's talk. Now, there's 173 still missing, more deaths, and I'm going to talk about a couple of things that I'm finding out. We're going to get into Trump's mistake, but I'm going to get into it in a little bit. I'm outside, guys. It's 104 degrees. Why should I complain? Because there's homeless out there fighting for their lives out there. But I am out here. If the phone overheats, we'll have to go in. Sal, you timed out Democrats now? Yeah, unfortunately. But it's just the way it is sometimes. But Ardell's not a Democrat. It doesn't matter. We try to continue on here the best we can. I'm going to be telling you what happened with Trump today, guys. It's a mistake. And I'm going to move the camera because the sun's in my face. You guys want to hear about Trump's mistake or what? I can guarantee you're not going to hear another channel. And I don't know why. Woo! The sun. Here comes the sun. All right, guys, we're gonna. The sun is brutal today, but God bless the sun. All right, I'm gonna do something here in a second. Here, let's see what we can do here. Hold on one second. We're gonna go to the Oval Office here. Or better yet, let's do this. Hold on, guys. Oh, that's Pam Bondi. All right, Pam Bondi is probably going to be fired, guys. I wouldn't be surprised she's fired in this week, and I don't think she should be fired. And you guys, I'm going to surprise a lot of people. I know Janine's waiting. I know Mike M's waiting. I know all my Trump supporters are waiting. And guys, I'm just telling you, I'm 59 years old, and Trump made a big mistake today. Well, not a big. He was asked by a reporter. First of all, let's back up. We'll get to Trump's mistake. First of all, Rosie O'Donnell, what she said today was very bad. Rosie O'Donnell left the United States of America. God bless her. She don't want to live here because she don't like Trump. That's fine. But for her to say it was Trump's fault that those kids were deceased is simply wrong. And that was her first comment. Instead of coming out saying, my hearts and prayers, here's what she should have done. It's nothing. Real quick on Rosie O'Donnell, piece of shit. My heart prayers are with what happened in Texas. I find that Mother Nature, again, in this horrific way, our prayers and thoughts. I will go ahead and donate as much as I can to help out the kids. Then she can voice her opinion on Trump. But to come out and say it's Trump's fault on her first three words, simply bad. Very bad on both sides, Republicans and Democrats sometimes when they speak their words. And she is horrible. And some of these other people commenting that these poor kids, may they rest in peace. May they rest in peace. It's not Trump's fault. By the way, if Trump signed a bill, this will be the last time I say it, on non-funding the weather, it's not even, first of all, I can't argue with anybody. I looked at the bill. I don't know, you guys can't see it. It is not in the bill. But let's just say, for conversation purpose, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry I'm a little hot. It pisses me off when people don't get the facts. Let's say it was in the bill. For conversation, he's going to cut back on the weather. Even if he did, it's signed, but it's not into play. No tax on tips, Social Security, all that stuff, ladies and gentlemen, doesn't take place right away. You guys understand? So let's just say one more time that he signed it. He did sign nothing about cutting on weather. There was some talk that he was going to cut on weather reports. People who have like certain channels paid, but nothing was done. But if it did, even if it did, it wasn't signed into law. It's not even, it's passed, but it's not dated until, even like Medicaid, if you're on Medicaid, you got Medicaid until 2026. I'm 100%, 1 billion percent, because I fight and I'm working with representatives and government. On Democrats are telling me this. So let's get that straight. That wasn't a Trump's mistake. But here, you guys want to hear what Trump did wrong today? I don't give two craps about the Epstein files. I know a lot of you don't care. However, on fairness, there is some MAGA, some Republicans, some Democrats, a whole lot of Democrats. People want to know about the Epstein files. This, for me, is on Trump's watch. What he should have said was this. Are you guys waiting? Here's where he screwed up. When he was asked and says, we should move on, wrong answer, and there's an error. And I know you guys hate me right now, and I'm sorry, but wrong answer. I'm going to give you the right answer as the win here. Here's the correct answer. I think the president should have said, and I'm going to call him out on this, because what he did, he bit into the trap. What he should have said was, listen, ladies and gentlemen, the Epstein files, because remember, when he ran his campaign, no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security. He did a great job closing the borders, A+, everything A pass. Best president, all these things. We're helping out gas prices, eggs, all that he's done. And by the way, he took out the nuclear so we can continue our success and not worry about any nuclear bombs hitting the United States. Everything great. But guys, he makes errors, and this was an error. If you watch baseball, all right, does anybody watch football on here? You know when you fumble the ball on the 1 yard line ready to score? No, he didn't fumble on the one, but he did fumble the ball on the 50-yard line. I'll tell you what he should have done. What he should have said was this. Ladies and gentlemen, the Epstein files is very complex. We will be releasing those Epstein files in a short period of time, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's move on. But he did not say that. He said, let's move on. He dodged the question. Now, for me, I understand why they're not going to release them. I told you this yesterday. I've told you this before. My opinion. Only my opinion. You can disagree. There's a lot of names on the Epstein files. There's Bill Clinton on the Epstein files. Bill Clinton had nothing to do with it. I might be on there. I don't know. Trump could be on there. I don't think so. Pam Bondi could be on there. I don't think so. Michael Jordan was on there. there's a lot of names and profile names that are on there that doesn't make him guilty of Epstein. Epstein committed suicide. I heard it's possible. But what he should have said was this: Epstein files will be discussed at a later date. We have more to worry about in Texas right now on those poor children. That's what Trump should have did. But Trump probably didn't get a good amount of sleep. Should he be crucified for it? No. Am I still a supporter? Yes. Don't read between the lines. This is where he made a error. And I'm just telling you as it is. And I don't understand why Jesse Waters, and I call Jesse Waters, by the way, and I'm going to have a conversation with him. Jesse Waters, I like him. He does a good job, but he's just wrong on this. It's an error. Guys, it's an error. It is an error. People are now going to continue with it. All he needed to do, what I just said, ladies and gentlemen, take a deep breath, and said, Epstein files are very important. We will proceed with them at a later date. We need to right now focus on our ICE. First of all, our kids in Texas grieving. I will be there on Friday, which is great. Getting funds there in Texas. Now we're going to talk about Texas in a minute. And that's what he should have done. And I don't care if it would have took another year. Who cares? I don't care about the Epstein files. It doesn't bother me one bit. I know a lot of you are saying bullshit. It does bother you. No, it doesn't. It doesn't bother me at all. But when you're the president and commander-in-chief and you want to continue to win the House, you have to be very careful on those words. That's just my opinion. What's your opinion? And now I'm going to talk about Texas and the flood. No, it doesn't bother me. The Epstein files, I can give two shits. I can really don't care. I think Trump, to say move on, but to say it in the beginning is where he messed up. And I don't think, when people are calling out Pam Bondi, Mike, thank you so much, Mike. Only 17 likes. Wow. I guess evidently people don't like the content. I don't know. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. When they say to fire Pam Bondi, I agree that maybe she should be fired, but you got to remember, who does Pam Bondi work for? So when they, experts, say, oh, it's Pam Bondi's fault, maybe so. But isn't Pam, who's the boss? Who's the boss? Donald Trump, right? And my wife is agreeing. Maribel agrees. She don't talk about Trump bad, but you're right. Trump's the commander-in-chief. My wife's the boss. Okay? So, if there's no chlorine in the pool and it turns green, it's Maribel's fault. Now, guys, really, I don't like, I told you guys before when Pam Bondi, I wasn't a big fan of her, but I can tell you this. This is simply on Trump's watch with the Epstein files. Those files won't change my life either, but I'm just telling you, let's not miss the point. But unfortunately, there's people out there that's bothering them. You know, probably on here. Let's take a poll. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can do a poll here real quick. Let's start a poll here. Do you care? Epstein? How the hell you spell Epstein again? Friggin' guy, it's a hard name, man. Epstein. You care about Epstein files? Maribel, you care? Huh? You don't care? How do you spell Epstein? I don't know if I spelled it right. I hope I spelled it right on my thumbnail. Hey, guys, what you see is what you get. I don't care about it, but I know a lot of people do care. I know people are worried about it because here's the deal. Trump talked about it a lot. Trump discussed it a lot with Epstein. It was brought up a lot. And he brought in Pam Bondi, right, and Bongino to unravel it and to let us know more detail. We don't need to know all about, I'm going to read some comments, guys. Bear with me. But a lot of people want to know a little bit about it. Just like the JFK files. Personally, I already know what happened to JFK. A lot of people do. But a lot of people are wondering about the JFK. So that's going to be unraveled. You know, so these are things that I think a lot of people, maybe not on here, care about. And it could affect the House vote. And also could possibly go into future elections. I'm just saying, I just think that Trump could have said, didn't have to avoid the question. He'd been better off. He'd probably been better off just avoiding the question altogether, maybe moving on to the kids in Texas. All right, now I'm going to talk about a couple more things here. And this is my opinion, guys. Now, I already talked about Rosie O'Donnell. She's a piece of shit. This was not Trump's fault. This was not the previous administration fault. This was acting weather. However, what I'm finding out now is that the phones now, they're finding out that what they're not talking about, how many people did get out with enough notice. So it's unfair for the weather to, if it was a problem with weather, then why did some people get out of there? What we had was people with their phones off. People turn their phones off. Maribel, you turn your phones off? I mean, people turn their phones off. And at the campsite, I'm finding out that you couldn't even have a cell phone. Now, I'm not going to be here to criticize the campsite and blaming the campsite for the deaths of these beautiful young these kids. But I'm hearing now that at Mystic campsite, they couldn't even have cell phones. So clearly this wasn't a weather problem, was not a meteorologist problem. We talked about this 4, 5, 6 times now on live. This was clearly a problem with Mother Nature and not having cell phones. I do believe if this happened at 1:15 in the afternoon, we would not have as many deaths. Okay, I'll repeat. If it happened in the afternoon, again, they had to wake these young ladies up, wake up, find out what's going on. By the time they got in their vehicles, with the debris and trees falling, if the trees didn't fall on them and take their beautiful lives, then the water was going to get them, a car was going to hit them, or RV or was going to roll over them. This was an act of Mother Nature. These storms happen under all presidents. Unfortunately, we don't have an explanation why. Maybe one day we will, but this is what happened. As far as the campsites not allowing phones, hopefully they learn in the future to have people to have your phones, to able to operate your phones. And then that would hopefully help on future events like this happening in Texas, in New Jersey, in Pennsylvania, in Florida, in Mississippi, in Alabama, in California, wherever. So, and I talked about the 4G, 3Gs, we can improve on that. But that was what I'm hearing now, that they don't tell you about the good stories. By the way, there was a guy speaking in New Jersey. He helped from a helicopter transport, correct me if I'm wrong, M&J, if you want to look that up for us, over a couple hundred kids and adults. How come we don't hear about that? That's a great, touching story. So even though there's a tragedy and a lot of young ladies have lost their life, and now it's up to 100, the death roll now is rising close to 200. There's a lot of good stories out there. So we need to talk about that. But simply blaming Trump and administration and the weather is simply false, horrible, not good, and those people really need to look themselves in the mirror. Rosie O'Donnell, sorry, you are a piece of shit. Point blank. Horrible. Horrible to make those comments. You know, she could come on and say, I'm not a Trump supporter, badmouth Trump. I have no problem with that, right? But when you talk about it's Trump's fault because the young ladies died or deceased in heaven, I have a problem with. Now, if you're just coming in, you see my title and thumbnail, Trump's mistake. I think this is a mistake on Trump regarding the Epstein files. I've talked about this, and I'm going to talk about it again. Pam Bondi's going to lose her job. And I got to tell you, if it's her fault or not, she is not running the show. Trump has lots of thoughts. And now a lot of you are probably saying, no, Trump has more things to work on. I know, MAGA. I get it. But Trump is the captain. Trump is the leader. So Trump clearly has to say, Pam, get these files. Get these files out. They're driving me nuts over here. Get them out. I don't care if you have to cross out a few names, blank them out. Get them out. Get them out to the public. They're driving me nuts over here. So I'm just saying, guys, it's common sense. So Trump was asked a question, and he should have said, listen, we will have them sooner than later. We will have those Epstein files out sooner and later. However, let's concentrate on those kids let's concentrate on ending the war in Russia and Ukraine, and then talked about, you know, what he's done for America in a quick couple minutes and moved on. But for him to say next question, or excuse me, he didn't say next question. I'm sorry, I stand corrected. For him to say, let's move on. Trump was asked about the Epstein, to move on. Sorry, Donald Trump, if you're listening to me, call me up. Let's sit back, have a cigar. I'll give you some iced tea, and I'll show you how to fix these things. Just a shame. Focus right now needs to be on recovering. And Cake, how are you in Texas? That's the main focus. The main focus is on Donald Trump being there on Friday, which he is, and you know, given working on solutions going forward. Well, first of all, back up. How much money is definitely needed there to help out in Texas there, and the Guadalupe Lake, and that area, and restoring and getting their infrastructure back, and finding the remaining 173 missing. That's the stuff that needs to be addressed and will be addressed. But he did fumble the ball today, and I don't know why people are afraid to talk about it. I just don't understand. What is the problem with talking about it? You got to be honest. We got to be honest. Appreciate everybody being here tonight. What's your thoughts on it? I'll read some comments. Read some comments here. I know there's a lot of mixed feelings on this, but you got to be honest with yourself. And I don't understand why MAGA and Trump supporters, you know, just don't come out and say what I just said, because it is the truth. Uncle Sal, deep breath. Oh, I'm fine tonight, Crystal. I just get a little aggravated because I wish the news and Jesse Waters, he aggravates me a lot, Jesse Waters. He gets me going. Thank you very much. I am America. I'm a Donald Trump supporter, 100%. But he needs to be called out. See, if the Democrats would have done that, well, first of all, Biden wasn't running his nation, but if the Democrats would acknowledge some of these things, that, because they fumbled the ball, but they haven't fumbled it on the 50-yard line. The Democrats fumbled the ball on the 1-yard line and the 1-yard line and the 2-yard line. If you watch football, if you watch baseball, they're dropping fly balls all the time. If the Democrats, well, I don't mean Democrats on YouTube, but if the Democrats leaders would step up and call out their presidents, guess what? They would have a better administration going forward and possibly, you know, taking back the House and the Senate. I don't want them to. I'm just saying, but they don't do that. See, but I think they need to be Trump needs to be not called out on it, but at least YouTube, or at least myself, to talk about it with you guys. I believe in him too. I believe in Donald Trump. I'm reading some comments. I believe in Donald Trump, but you know, he's entitled to fumble the ball. He fumbled it. He fumbled the football today. And he knows that. Donald Trump knows that, guys. Donald Trump right now at this moment, well, hopefully he's in there. He knows he fumbled the ball today on that question. But you know how many touchdowns he has? You know, he's the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles fumble the ball. All presidents fumble the ball, guys, by the way. Democrats fumble the ball a lot, guys. All presidents fumble the ball. And Trump made a fumble today. That's just the way it is. He fumbled it today. And a lot of you on here can disagree, and guess what? That's fine. You know, is it going to ruin his legacy? Absolutely not. I want him to go down as top 5 presidents ever. I want him to continue doing what he's doing and not making a fumble. But he's entitled to one fumble. I guess if we're going to fumble it on the Epstein files, right? Let's not fumble on anything too serious. So I guess if you're going to fumble the ball, fumble on Epstein and move on. Which that's what he said, move on, right? I knew this was going to open up a big conversation tonight. By the way, guys, real quick before I forget, I don't know if Fabian's on here. We're going to do something completely different tomorrow, and we're going to have a little fun. So stay tuned to that tomorrow. I guess 6 o'clock my time, Pacific time, 9 o'clock East Coast time. We're going to be doing a little something different live for about an hour. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it'll be quite different. So stay tuned tomorrow, and make sure you're live and have your notifications checked. Appreciate you guys being here tonight. Greatly appreciate it. Yes, 57 likes, over 1,000 in here. Yeah, I knew this was going to be a topic, and I've been watching. Again, why I'm a little, as Crystal says, take a deep breath. Why I'm a little aggravated is to that guy Jesse Waters. I know they got to pay the bills, but I wish he would just come out and say what I just said on Fox. But he's scared. He's scared. He has a good show, and he wants to keep his viewers and the MAGA support. But I think people, yes or no, don't you want to know? Because do some of you guys, please don't agree with me because you want to, but come out, let it out. Isn't that true? I mean, don't you think that Trump made that fumble today or no? Wouldn't Jesse Waters able to just say that? Why did he have to say Trump did the correct answer? I mean, I don't get it. What was he afraid of saying? Why does he do that? Why does other YouTubers do that? I don't understand. What's wrong? It doesn't make Trump a bad president. He's one of the best presidents ever. I don't understand. Does anybody have an answer? No, I don't understand why they won't, call me, because we know why CNN doesn't do it, but why won't Fox ever come out and say, guess what? Maybe Trump should have answered it another way. Why won't they say that? I don't understand. They're still MAGA. They still believe in Trump. I still believe in Trump. I'm not going anywhere. I just don't understand why people don't come out and say those things. What kind of world? I don't get it. Can anybody explain that to me on here? I wish I can understand why they won't. All right, I gotta fix something here. Now, I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Let us know where you're coming in from, and appreciate Lori Wagner's in here. Hello. Did I miss anybody? Appreciate everybody being in here. 993 in here. Thank you for the moderators, Janine, Crystal. Appreciate you guys being here. Lemon J's in here. Mike M, of course, is in here. I think I seen Ozzy. Both Ozzy's here. Birds are here. Yep, the birds are sleeping. The birds are here in Crystal at the White House. Now, the birds are in the background. The birds are in the background. What's up, Maryland? God bless Maryland. Ozzy Crosby's in here. We got two Ozzy's in here. Who else is in here? Who else is in the chat? What's your thoughts on this? Am I overreacting? Maybe. I'm just giving you the truth, what I see, my opinion. Trump is guilty. What's he guilty of? I don't think it's that big of a fumble. Whiskey Tango, floating heart. Whoa, thank you very much. High five, fist bump to you. Appreciate it. Yep. Appreciate everybody being here tonight. Matthew H, thank you for being here. Grow up, buddy. I'm still growing. Appreciate everybody being here. God bless America. God bless Donald Trump. And, unfortunately, I think Pam Bondi, her days are coming towards an end. I called this back a while ago. Is it unfair? She probably should be fired, but I think Trump needs to look himself in the mirror because he is the commander-in-chief. So he's supposed to be pushing Pam Bondi on the Epstein files, even though, let me check our poll. So on this poll, do you care about Epstein? 77%. Wow. Yeah. I think more people care about the Epstein files than don't care. I don't care, but a lot of people do. Corruption is never ending in D.C. No, it never ends. It never ends. Brian, that's well said. I just hope to see that if more people could look at these mistakes that Republicans do make or a president does make. By the way, Trump doesn't make too many mistakes. Okay, let's get something straight. He has a report card, A, B plus A, and still an A. I'm just saying he fumbled the ball today. That's all. And I wish the Republicans and Fox and other people could acknowledge that. And CNN wish they could acknowledge when the health of the president was not there. And if we had that, we would be better in the Oval Office. Because at the end of the day, it's not about Trump. It's not about Bush, Biden, or any president. It's about the American people. Never forget that, ladies and gentlemen. It's about the American people. And hoping that the president that we elect, or you don't elect, does a great job. He's doing a great job. But when they make an error, a fumble, we should be able to acknowledge that as Americans and discuss it on a YouTube Live. Again, he didn't fumble the ball on the 1 yard line, but he did fumble the ball. With the Epstein files, I can give two shits about it, but I know a lot of people do. Apparently, the poll, a lot of people do. And I'm hearing it all the time on here. So people do care about the Epstein file. Matter of fact, you ready for this? If you look up right now on Google, Epstein files on the top 5 list. I'm just saying, not just for the president, just Google what's important right now. I guarantee you it's the recovery in Texas, right? Keeping the world safe, economy, borders, and Epstein files. Epstein files is right there. Right there. So Trump knows that. Trump knew that. And he just, in my view, only my opinion, goofed up, messed up. Now people will forget about it. Most MAGA is going to forget about it. Not a big deal, but I'm just calling him out. I'm calling him out. Why can't the Democrats do that with Joseph Biden? That he wasn't mentally in health from day one or first year. Why can't they just do that? Why can't they come on, or why can't they, go under oath and say that? Why can't they say that? Well, we disagree with Trump. We have a solution what we can do better. They don't have no, by the way, the Democrats have no solution on how to make this economy better. They don't know any way. So forget about them opposed to the big beautiful bill, the tariff tax, the nuclear wasn't true, all this stuff, right? They have no clue. Not one of them, not one Democrat will come out and say, well, I don't care for Trump. Here's what we can do better. Not one. Not one. As the birds in the background. Enjoy the birds. The birds and the bees. Trump is good? Yeah, Trump is good. See, now, that's somebody who's listening. Trump is good. Yeah, Trump is good. Because people will get mixed up on this. People sometimes don't want to hear what they want to hear. People will come across this, wait a minute, he's got a Trump shirt on, right? Where the hell's my hat? Where the hell's my hat? People will come on here, here's my hat, and say, what is this guy? Is he impersonating a MAGA? No, I'm MAGA. I'm for the people. I'm a Trump. But I'm not afraid to let my thoughts on YouTube be out there. And I believe that other newscasts and Jesse Waters and other channels, they have their right to run their channel and continue their channels. But I'm just saying, more people should come out and on both sides and argue, address the issues that our commander-in-chief is doing wrong. And now, he's not doing anything wrong. I take that back. But again, the fumble, the error. Thank you, Tish. Yeah. Kamala, you're fired. Where is Don't Peek at? More wins. than losses, but a compromise. Yep. Great comment, Brian. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you, Brian, all your support. Kamala. Where is Don't Peek at, Janine? Where is she at? So, what's your thoughts on the responsibility of Texas going forward on a better solution on preventing a 100-year storm in the future or any other state? Should we have sirens? Yes or no? Should they allow phones at the campsite in the future? Yes or no? Because evidently they were not allowed phones. Yes or no? And also, when we have a tropical depression or any kind of storm in the map within a 100-mile range, should we just go ahead at that point say no event on that big weekend of 4th of July? Should we go ahead and close it? Yes or no on those three? What's your thoughts? But again, clearly, this was just Mother Nature, and the weather forecast, the weather meteorologists had it. They did get enough notice out. Some would argue they didn't get it out enough in time. I believe they did after I'm hearing more and more into this. Remember, I said now that we couldn't talk about it back then because it was preliminary, but there was no mistake. They did what they could have done. But again, that had happened at between 2 and 4 in the morning. What do you guys think? What do we do in the future on these events? You know, when we know a possible hurricane, in this case it wasn't a hurricane, but what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts? God bless Trump. Thanks for being here, Debbie. Trump is still my president. Trump is the commander-in-chief. I have faith in Trump, everybody. Don't misunderstand me, please. I don't think anybody is. And if you are, please don't. Make sure you think about what I'm saying. I'm not even calling. I'm actually just making a point on, I want him to be perfect, I guess. That's what it is. I think I just want him to be perfect, and knowing that nobody's perfect, right? Only one person I know is perfect, and that's God. So Trump's entitled. And again, it wasn't a big fumble, but it was a fumble. And for those that are coming in, we're talking about the Epstein files, because I see a lot of it on this live. I watch other live streams, and I see it a lot. Lori, let me read Lori. I haven't seen. Interesting, Lori. Yeah. But I want everybody to understand something. Whether you don't like Trump, or whether you're not a Trump supporter, whatever. That's your opinion. But I want to ask the chat: do you think this was President Trump fault as far as these beautiful children and adults and church leaders? You think it was his fault? Yes or no? Lori says no. I mean, yes or no? Do you really think this was Trump's fault? No. Somebody said no. Somebody says yes. You really think it was Trump? It's okay, guys. I mean, that's your opinion. I just want to know what really people are thinking and knowing. You think it was Trump's fault? I'm not going to call you out. I mean, that's your opinion. Yes? Some yeses? Okay. Lemon J says no. Okay. All right. Yes. A few yeses. William says yes. Welcome in, William. Punky, I love Trump. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Long Bong. Welcome in. Yes. Yes. Couple no's. Hell no. I love Trump. Yes or no? Is this Trump's fault at Mystic Campsite and Guadalupe River? Do you really think that was Trump's fault? How about, do you think it was Biden's administration fault? Let me just come out and say no, it wasn't their fault. I just want to see. Do we think it was Biden's? Was this Biden's administration fault? Yes or no? Let's be honest, guys. Be honest. Was this Biden's fault? Of course not. Of course. The worst administration ever. A lot of mistakes. Lots of fumbles. But was not his fault. Was not his fault. Wasn't Trump's fault. Drill, baby, drill. Ozzy, you still on here? Drill, baby, drill. Ozzy Crosby. Yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. We got 100 likes, 751 in the chat. I greatly appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all the likes. I greatly appreciate it. Dean, how are you, Dean? It's easy to point fingers at the presidents, all presidents, when these events happen. But it's simply not either one's fault. It wasn't Donald Trump's fault. Okay. And personally, in my opinion, I don't think it was. In my opinion, I don't think it was Greg Abbott's fault either. Okay. And this was simply a bad storm that we got to learn from. But if it's true, early preliminaries, if that campsite said no cell phones, do we crucify them? Yes or no? I mean, do we actually just point fingers at the campsite for them not allowing phones at the campsite? Because a lot of campsites, I mean, yes or no? I don't know. Is it the campsites? Yes, because they could not have cell phones? Yes or no? I'll follow up with another question in the chat. And I'm talking about switching back to the campsite. Early preliminaries, what we're hearing is the campsite says no cell phones were allowed. I don't know if that's true, is what I'm hearing. But again, the Mystic campsite says no cell phones were allowed to be used at that campsite. Interesting. If it is true, I guarantee you going forward, if that owner at the campsite and that RV park is going to definitely change, if it is true, they're going to have to change that criteria real soon, right? Ozzy's in here. All right. Now, if you're just coming in, we're talking about, yes, what you guys all want to hear about is the Epstein files. And I said, I'll say this again, Trump fumbled the ball, but he didn't fumble on the one. He fumbled around the 40-yard line if you follow football. And if you follow baseball, it was a fly ball that he dropped. And, wasn't the worst thing he did? No. I will, Ozzy. Thank you. I will check it out. And again, my thoughts is Pam Bondi will probably be fired at the end of this week. Pam Bondi will be fired. And Trump's going to say, and he's probably right, I wanted those Epstein files released. Why weren't they released? For me, I can care less. But I know a lot of people apparently, evidently through the poll I put on, and I think I spelled Epstein wrong. Oh, Ryan, appreciate that. Thank you. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Look at that. That is really cool. Whoa. Thank you for that generous donation. Appreciate that. That is excellent. Thank you so much. Hey, Ryan Johnson, you rock. High five, fist bump. That is pretty cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate that. Ardell, that was cool. Now, I need another cigar. So, I'm going to jump and get a cigar. I'll be back in 2 minutes. If one of the moderators keep everybody entertained, I'll be back. Behave yourself for 2 minutes because I need a cigar. I need a cigar. Very nice. Thank you for that donation. Floating. Ducky. So Maribel, my wife, the boss, she says give away a shirt. So we're going to be giving out a shirt. We're going to be giving out a shirt. We got extra large left to some lucky subscriber in here. We're going to be giving out a shirt. A Trump shirt. So, a Trump shirt. Somebody's going to be getting a shirt. One random subscriber. Maribel says, give out a shirt. What the hell are you doing? She says, give one out. And don't be too hard on Trump, my wife says. Whoa. Whoa. I'm catching Gazziato over here. In Italian, for YouTube algorithm, or YouTube, it just means I'm catching hell. You're being hard on Trump. Stop it. Stop it, she says. Stop it. But, am I right? You got to laugh, guys. Never forget to laugh. Now, I'm going to sit in front of my flag. There you go. All right. Trump won. Get over it, guys. Get over it. He's the president. But he fumbles. He fumbled. I keep it true, guys. I try to keep it. I don't try. I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. It's just pre-recording. This is a pre-recording broadcast. And it is being... No, this is live. You are live. What is this? Thank you guys for being here today. Trump won. Get over it. The flag is new because we lost the other flag. Nacho pancake. Trump is not on the list no matter what you trolls say. No, Trump is not on the list. And by the way, I'm pretty confident that I'm almost positive Biden's not on the list. There's been rumors and talks that Bill Clinton's on the list, and that's not why it's not released either. There's reasons beyond and above that, you know, that we might not know. I personally, my opinion about the Epstein list and why Pam Bondi's not, I think it's so deep that I personally think there's a lot of people in Congress and Senate on both sides that might be on the list, and I think they're afraid of their pockets here. Thank you for that donation. Appreciate it. Hey, Captain Catloaf, appreciate you. Donald is hiding the Epstein files because, I quote, Jeffrey was his best friend, and they diddled. I'm just adding words, kids together. Here's some pocket change. Rookie. Appreciate it. Appreciate that comment. Interesting. Appreciate it. And just let you know, that's going to the homeless, so we appreciate that. And you're entitled to your comment, because each and every one of you are entitled to your comment. And that's what we do on this. Express your comments. I can disagree, but that's your comment, and that's what we should be. And that was a fair comment. Not because of the donation, it was a fair comment. Listen, here's the deal. It could be a lot of different names, because maybe somebody had a beer with him. I said this before. Maybe somebody had a cigar with Epstein. Okay, he's gone. You're not gonna see him anymore. Who knows what happened? There's rumors he could have took his own life, and there's rumors that he was killed. We just don't know. And it means a lot to people because it's been discussed many times that Pam Bondi would come on board as Attorney General and release those Epstein files. But you know, it doesn't mean they could still release them and block out the names. And that's all I'm saying. They can release them and block out some of the names. They can do what the hell they want, because I don't trust, when it comes to some of this stuff, I just don't trust them. And here's another thing too. You got to understand something. They tried. Let's not miss the big picture here. You're not going to hear this on any other live or any other channel. Let's be honest. Trump's got to worry about his life. We need Donald Trump, right? Most importantly, his family needs him, right? We need Donald Trump. And it's a fine line there. It really, really is. It's a very fine line there on the whole thing with the Epstein files. And, Trump actually is right what he said, and I'm not contradicting myself. We should move on. I just don't personally think he should have said it to the public and media and to us. I just think he should have said other words, but maybe I'm just being hard on him, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Remember, we have a third party that might be running, right? Debbie Franks, thank you so much for the floating heart. You rock. I appreciate that so much. High five, fist bump. Elon Musk wants to start a third party. Let's not forget about that, ladies and gentlemen. He's got lots of money. Lots of money. And that could very well affect, I talked about this last night, but for those who are new to the channel, never forget this. Elon Musk, by the way, he don't give a shit about the deficit. All he cares about fossils and money in his pocket. Like he needs any more money. But he has enough power and money to be much bigger than a Ross Perot was to Clinton and George Bush. He has the power to take Republican votes, okay, and moderate Democrat votes, and interfere and have a Democrat president in 28. It can happen just in a split snap of a finger. So remember, he's the hitting piece of all this. So when I say Trump fumbled the ball, for me, it wasn't a big fumble, but going forward, Trump's got to be careful not to fumble the ball too many times. And I don't think he will. In all fairness, yes or no, was that his first fumble? Or maybe it was no fumble. Was it no fumble or his first fumble? Or was it many fumbles? I didn't see any more fumbles. Well, maybe he lost control when Elon, speaking of Elon Musk, I tell you, I take it back. He did fumble the ball, almost fumble the ball when Elon Musk says, well, he said the words on Twitter where, I quote, Trump needed me to get elected for president to win on a landslide. I personally don't think Trump needed Elon at all. He still would have won the election. But for Trump to bite back the very same day or the next day saying, I didn't need him, this and that, I think Trump would have been better off. I don't know. Some things like that. Only because I love Trump so much and I want him to carry on the election for the future Republican candidate, Marco Rubio or J.D. Vance or somebody else. And I want us, the United States, to have common sense, to be run the right way. I'm not saying I'm never for a Democrat president. I think it's going to take a long time. But I just want the success that we're going to get. Big things are going to happen. We're going to look back at, and they're going to forget about the fumble. But I just want to be everything go perfect. And maybe I'm just being a little hard on him, but it's because I want him to be perfect and be a people's president, which he was, and he still is. He still is. I also have a feeling there's going to be more people fired, aside from Pam Bondi. I think there's going to be other. I have this feeling that other people might be fired. I don't think Pam Bondi. Yes or no in the chat? Do you think Pam Bondi will be fired? Yes or no? Yes or no? Or wire in. Make it easy. Do you think Pam Bondi will be fired? I think she'll be fired this week. But what do you think? Think she'll be fired? No? Alex says no? No? Steve says no. What's up, Steve? Janine says no? No? Detroit, what's up, Detroit? No? Sean says yes? What's up, Shelby? Shelby says no? No? Happy 37 to 11? Hello, Mark. What's going on, Mark? Aaron says no? Interesting. Think Pam Bondi will be all right? All right. My wife says, what's my wife say? Hi, everybody. Don't forget that the like. Yes, thank you, Maribel. Appreciate that, saying that. Thank you so much. What is your opinion on the big bill, Michael? What's up, Michael? First of all, Michael, thank you for your comment. Appreciate that. Um, I think the bill is on the right track. The bill's passed. I think there's most stuff, a lot of stuff. Matter of fact, I'm going to make a strong statement. I think 99% of it's in the bill is for all of us. It's going to help us all in some way. Starting with the seniors with $6,000, the no tax on tips, Social Security, American-made cars, hybrid cars, plug-in hybrid cars, money for the borders so we can keep our what's up, Detroit? Haven't seen you in a while. Our borders safe. Money for the military, money for the veterans. There's not a lot of wasteful spending. It is going to add to the deficit. I get it. I'm against it in some ways, a lot of ways. But you asked me, I'm telling you. Yep. First of all, the Medicaid cuts are only going to be for those who don't work, and it will not be taking away anybody's Medicaid who doesn't work until 26. So let me repeat those words. If you're on Medicaid or SNAP benefits, they're not going to come in tomorrow or next week and say, oh, we're taking it away. No, it's not going to be effective until December of 2026. Let me repeat, 2026. I'm not a liar. It's just, I'm telling you what, it's right there. And it's only going to apply for those who are not trying to work or take any kind of study or school or voc tech or anything like that. It's not. It's not. And for those who are going to apply for education, proven to try to be successful as a hard-working American, like I've done, and a lot of us on here have done since we were 18. Some of us 14, like myself. That's all. He's not going to come knocking on your door, or the state's not going to be calling you up, say, nope, no more SNAP benefits. Nope, no more Medicaid. No, not at all. And Medicare, there was no talk on Medicare. And as far as Social Security is going to be around for a long, long time. Long time. And it's not enough to retire, guys. I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that, but Social Security is meant to help you out, and hopefully for those to eventually, by the way, I want to discuss interest rates. We got to get those interest rates down. Interest rates on a house right now, something has to be done. We need to get those interest rates down to about 4%, 5%. There's no reason for them to be over 6%, in my opinion. That guy needs to be fired. Vegan, how are you? Michael, I wish both parties can get along better too, Michael. Thank you for putting that out there, Michael. You're with me. I wish both parties can. And Michael, I think you might see that, but not in the near future, Michael. I know right now you're saying, wait, what do you mean? I think you're going to see it. I really do. And that's because of Trump. I think Trump's making it possible, Michael. I don't know who you support, and I really don't, but I'm just saying, I think Trump's making it common sense and showing he does care for all types of people. He doesn't care about the billionaires. He doesn't care about Elon. He cares about the middle class, and he cares about everybody. He wants everybody to be successful. Actually, I'm going to throw something at everybody. He wants the immigrants to come here legal, and he wants them to be successful. Think about that, guys. He wants them to come over legally, go through the process, and them to be successful. He encourages people to come to the United States of America and be very successful. All of us, all shapes, sizes, gay, straight, black, and white. And the list continues. He said it. Had to clean the camera. I apologize for that. I know that's annoying. But he's already said that. So Rosie O'Donnell, where'd she move at? Did she move to the UK? I believe it doesn't. For her to make those horrible words today coming on, was it today, guys, that she said those? When she came out and said it's Trump's fault about these poor kids. What she should have said, I'll say this one last time. What Rosie O'Donnell should have said is, you know what? My prayers and thoughts are for those kids in Texas. I will be donating. She's got the money. She's got the fozzles in Italian. I'm going to help out the Red Cross. I'm going to send over $1 million. I'm going to help out those families in need and those people there. Then she could have said, I'm not a fan of Trump, this and that. But it wasn't Trump's fault. She can go ahead and say what she wants to say about Trump after she said the words I just said. She's a disgrace, just like Robert De Niro is. Robert De Niro is not a real Italian. He's a piece of shit. Ireland. I'm sorry. Ireland. I apologize. Thank you, Lemon J. I appreciate you. What I do without you. Thank you so much, Lemon J. Ireland. I stand correct. Ireland. And nothing wrong with Ireland. I'm just saying that's where she moved to. So she don't like Trump. Christine says, "Why doesn't Trump donate?" I don't know if Trump. That's a good question. I don't know if Trump donated, Christine, but and that's a fair question. I do know that he will be there Friday. Okay, and I believe that what he's doing and getting that money released, it's already there, and getting the help that's needed for the infrastructure, can't bring back those poor lives, and get the help needed for Texas to rebuild and get those bridges and roads and and help out the much as they can. Now, will he donate himself out of his pocket? We'll see what happens. But I'm just discussing Rosie O'Donnell and a lot of other people on there to criticize Trump. It's okay to criticize him, but before you criticize him, come out with some common sense from the heart words. Not even common sense, words from the heart before you criticize Trump. And it wasn't Trump's fault, by the way, or Biden's, or anybody else. But that's the world we live in, and people will point fingers, unfortunately, to the president of the United States on a disaster, as Mother Nature as worse. That's unfortunate. Thank you for that donation. Hey, JK Monkey, appreciate that very much. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for the 128 likes, everybody. Nothing's ever Trump's fault. I didn't say that. You must have just came on. I didn't say nothing. Did I ever say this wasn't Trump's mistake, in better words, than fault in this particular situation at all? It wasn't Trump. Trump did nothing wrong with taking out the nukes. Trump's done nothing wrong, with the borders being closed and keeping our United States safe. He's taking us safer than we were ever. Okay, open up those pipelines and bringing down the gas price. And does Trump make mistakes? I just said he made a fumble. So, Dan, welcome in. Trump is such a liar. Appreciate your comment. I disagree with you, but you're entitled to your comment. Dan, sorry. A lot of different opinions on tonight's topic. I still want to pray. I mean, what a terrible event that occurred on 4th of July. It's so sad. Very, very sad. Ashley says, hello, Ashley. Trump is the best president ever. What's up, Ashley? High five, fist bump. Strong comment. He is a people's president. Robert, welcome in, says Trump was on Epstein's file. Yes or no? Was Trump on Epstein's file? Yes or no in the chat? I think Trump was on Epstein's file. Huh? Janine says no. Yes. There's a couple yeses, a couple no's. Of course. Yes or no? Corey says yes. Debbie says hell no. Sorry. No, not hell no. I add words like CNN sometimes. Diane, how are you? Says yes. Yes. Pam says yes. Thank you for your comments. Hell no. Lemon J says no. Most likely. Interesting. Most likely. Yes, indeed. Mega. Leanne says yes. Like your name. All right. That's funny, Janine. What would I do without you, Janine? No, they were friends. A couple yeses. It's about even. It's about even on here. Maybe a little bit ahead on no. I don't know. About even. On this live. Steve says free him. Free Epstein. Steve says free him. Some people think he's still alive. All right, let me check our 76. Wow. I spelled it wrong too. I mean, not indeed. Yes, you're still getting some comments here. No surprise, Erica. I think I need a light on here. I think I need a light on. USA, USA. 100%. I got the USA right over here. There's the flag. Beautiful flags my wife did. Beautiful flags. You want to get one? All right. All right, I'm back. What's up, Dean? Tish, how are you? Thank you. Appreciate you subbing. I appreciate all new subscribers on today's live. You know, you're not going to hear anything else out here like this. Michael, thank you. Appreciate that generous donation. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hey, Michael, thank you so much. High five, fist bump to you. You rock. Appreciate that. Now, if you're new to the channel, we do help out the homeless on here, and 100 of the proceeds do help out the homeless. We fight here, at least in Las Vegas metropolitan area where I reside. Scared the shit out of me. Fireworks. Got me. They got me. They got me. United States. There we go. Trump supporters. Maybe not. Maybe not. Forgot what I was going to say. I was just going to say, hopefully we get some closure for those people that are missing. 173 missing there in Texas and the Guadalupe Lake. It's hard to believe that, how many days now? 4 or 5 days now, and they're still trying to get bodies, find these bodies and debris and other, washed away maybe. It's a shame what happened there in so many ways. But on another side, there were so many good stories. I was trying to explain, there was a man from New Jersey. Shout out to Jersey. I believe he was a rescue volunteer with a helicopter, and he flew and got a lot of people evacuated. I wish that all news outlets would show those stories. There are a lot of people that did make it, and bodies were found afterwards. Not a lot, unfortunately. It's just so sad. You can imagine you're sending your kids to a summer camp, a religious camp, and then the rest is unfortunate what happened. And if it is true that they could not have phones there, I don't think you can, necessarily crucify, the campsite or the RV park. And we don't know how true that is. I like to get more details, but that's what I'm hearing, that they did not allow, at least in the campsite, phones for whatever reasons. Now I don't know if it was because of religious or just because they didn't want phones at the campsite. I'm sure if they had phones, there would have been more survivors, but it still would have been devastated either way. The only how it would have been been a better situation if it happened in the daytime. I hate to repeat what everybody's saying, but if this storm would have happened in the afternoon, but it didn't, so it would have been less people deceased, and young ladies would have been here. But unfortunately, it did not happen that way. All right, Victor, Trump 28. Well, he's not going to run. He could if he wanted. A lot of people say no way, but he could. Because of a loyal subscriber on here, a mayor did do it in New Mexico. So it could happen, but he's not. He made it clear he wasn't. Thank you for that donation. Appreciate that. I appreciate that donation. Thank you so much for that generous donation. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody on here, liking, subscribing. Moderators, thank you so much once again. We had a lot of viewers on this live stream and going above and beyond to make this live stream that much better. because of the little people sometimes disturbing the chat, little people and AKA trolls. Although everybody's entitled to their opinion, and that's what I try to express on this live, on this channel, is you're entitled to your opinion, but not to, well, to be respectful as much as possible and not to hate on anybody on here. And of course, no hate on past presidents or our president now. Let's continue on here. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Interesting. Nah, I don't smoke the blunts anymore. Yeah. Is that right, Laughs? Moderators are doing a great job, though. I'm seeing some, but they're doing a fantastic job, actually, Laughs. I mean, really, because I'm starting to see a few on here, but, you know, I'm watching. Even though I'm talking, I can see the work that's being done. So, hand of applause. Appreciate it. Nick, 4 years. 2 years, maybe, 4 years. Could help some of the corruption, Nick. That's just my thoughts. You ask, I tell. They should never be like Nancy Pelosi. So, appreciate the membership, Saudi. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. High five, fist bump to you. Thank you. Gaming with the Geeko. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Trump's on the list. Here's $5 for the homeless. Still love chilling here. Thank you so much. Appreciate that donation. I appreciate your comment, and think Trump's on the list. Just had to say, Sal, Trump's on the list. Janine says I'm on the list. Meaning Janine. Maybe, Janine, you just might be on there. Oh, you know, I can be on that list. You know what I mean? They'll throw a few Italians on there. Why not? They probably found this YouTube Sal on there knowing, hey, this guy's, got to get him on the list. Got to get him on there, Mike. Got to get him on there like the likes. Get him on the list. I mean, I could be on there. I tried Google, and I typed my name, Sal, on you, and it didn't say anything, so who knows. Trump cigars, absolutely. Let's do it. Let's implement Trump cigars and send him a few. Even when he does fumble the ball. That's a better time to send him a cigar. Lemon J says, I'm sure we are all on someone. We probably are on a lot of lists. We just don't know yet. With all this AI. But thank you for the membership. Thank you for that generous donation. Appreciate it. Ardell, I mean, think about it, Ardell. There might be a list that we went to school that we're on some kind of... We might be on some list from school. Thank you for the donation. Salt River. Squirters, thank you. I just want everyone to be held accountable. The fact, Cash, etc. are saying there's no list and no foul play makes me sick. Well, there's definitely... I mean, let's be honest. There's definitely some foul play going on. So, don't hold any president accountable. Thank you for that donation. Appreciate that. Whoops. Trying to give a heart. Why can't I give a heart? Thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. Don't hold any president accountable in the United States of America. Don't hold them. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. But as Lemon J says, we're probably on somebody's list, one way or another. Yes, you Democrat. Yes, you Republican. And yes, you Independent. And all of us. We're on a list. Pipes and knives. Interesting about pipes. I don't care for pipes. But he says, or she says, I'm not sure, I'm on your list. You might be. You might be on my cigar list. Who the hell knows? Pat says, who the hell cares? Who cares? Yeah, a lot of people don't care. But there's people who might care. As far as the Epstein list. It seems to be a hype. I mean, if you go on and Google it, it's up there on Nicki Minaj. I mean, seriously, if you Google right now, Epstein list is on the top 5. You know? It's up there. It's almost when O.J. Simpson, you know, when that was happening. Every time you put in O.J. Simpson was up there, you know. O.J. Simpson might be on that list. Bill Clinton, I'm hearing Bill Clinton is on that list. Yes, he's on that list for other reasons, but he's on that list. I don't know. Read Lemon J's comment, everybody. The art of war. The art of war. What you see is to distract. Trump is a genius. God bless you, Isaac. Yes. What are you smoking? Jordan, I'm smoking one of my favorites, Jordan. It's called a Ashton VSG. Do you want one? No, it's not a Cuban. It's a Dominican. It's normally better than this. But tonight, it's not good. Only because I think it has a lot to do with how hot it is. White Lion says, I gotta be honest, all I smoke is, what was that, brisket or something? A smoked brisket. Now you're getting, I want to see some photos of the brisket. I knew somebody was going to say I love briskets. I knew it. I knew it was coming. I knew it. Hey, Sal, I've been here, but I was outside catching a wild baby bunny. Oh, little baby bunny. That's under the roof. Under the house, excuse me. Under the house, sorry. A little baby bunny. I see a lot of bunnies on the up in the camp, and they're so cute, the little bunnies. So interesting topic tonight, and also how many people are still missing there in Texas. 173. I believe it's probably higher now. I was 173 before I came on live, missing in that terrible storm. 26 feet of rain in 45 minutes is just crazy, insane. I've said this multiple times, but more I think about it. We have a wild mama, and she had babies under my home. I'll send you a photo of one of those little ones. They're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. We have 141 likes on here tonight. Thank you for all the generous donations tonight and the super chat. The super chats. Appreciate all the memberships. Thank you, Ozzy, for your membership once again. Our Lord Jesus. Oh, amen. Amen. Yeah, that amount of rain. So that storm was it's like a once in a lifetime storm. I've said this many times. You get these once in a lifetime storms and hurricanes that are just off the chart. Oh, with the lettuce and carrots. Yeah, send me a photo, Crystal. Oh, was that what it was? The 80s? Thanks for sharing that comment. The last storm was in the 80s. Interesting. Wow. Give us the Epstein files. Somebody said. Crystal gave the membership. And Ozzy says, thank you so very much, Crystal. That's from Ozzy Crosby. And then following with Ozzy Ray, may very well be 500 years. They are very rare. Yeah, I mean, more that I'm sure you're all reading about it. It's just unusual on how it happened. And it's just like the hurricane in Puerto Rico, Hurricane Maria. They get hurricanes every year, but to get a Category They say category 5 in Puerto Rico. It was more like a 6 or off the chart. So it just came in, Crystal. Just came in. I'm going to take a look at it after this live. Now, also, by the way, thank you very much, Crystal. I'll take a look at that. Can't imagine what all that rain was like. Yeah, I know. Can you imagine? Laughs. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I just got it, Crystal. Nature at its best. Trump is on Epstein list. Yeah, we were just talking about that. We just took a poll on that. Some said yes, some said no. Just a reminder, fireworks show tomorrow. Tomorrow, me and Fabian, we're going to do a little something different tomorrow. Just a little different. Okay. I also send you a clip of the relief of text. Oh, thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's great information. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, tomorrow, me and Fabian, stay tuned at 6 o'clock West Coast, 9 o'clock East Coast. We're going to do a little something different live together, and just a little bit of music and just a little something different tomorrow. Won't be any kind of politics. Ryan, thank you so much. Whoops. Trying to get to your super chat, Ryan, but it's told his fate before. Thank you for that donation. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate all the donations tonight. Thank you so much for everybody subbing and all the new subscribers. We were coming in close, Lemon J, Janine, Crystal, for 30,000 subscribers. So we might be there now. I'm not sure. But, wow. Amazing. It's amazing. And again, I'm sure other YouTube channels will say this. 30,000 subscribers is amazing. And then for those, I appreciate it. I could not do it without you. So very, very nice. Thank you so very much. Appreciate all the support on here. I'm at 30,000. Wow. Thank you, Laughs. Wow. That's amazing. Oh, thank you very much for all your love and support. As I, there's a lot of great channels out there, and I keep it, pretty much wide open here. Renee, thank you, Renee Wilson. Hey, I'm new here. Appreciate you coming in and letting us know you're new. I do the same when I'm on other YouTubers. Hey, I'm new. I got fireworks. You will get your silver YouTube play button soon. Whoa, that's big. That's big. That's nice. Thank you, Crystal. I did not even know that. Appreciate all the support. But again, tomorrow we will be doing a little something different with Fabian. And by the way, Fabian wouldn't mind me saying this. Me and him disagree on politics. He's more of an independent, whatever. It doesn't matter. But tomorrow we're just going to do something a little different for about an hour. So sit back and enjoy tomorrow, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, East Coast time, 6 o'clock Pacific time. And check your local standing time zone, as we're going to do a little something different on rock and disco and have a little fun as well. Impressions is new. Ryan, thank you for that generous donation. We appreciate you and your thoughts and your comments. Be more than happy to comment and agree and disagree on either side. At the end of the day, it is about the American people. As far as the fireworks go, it's illegal now. But I don't want to be the Karen. And the fireworks are here mainly for me. I'm only kidding, guys. You got to laugh a little bit. You must laugh in life. Life is so very short. You must enjoy each and every hour. We see what happens, unfortunately, to babies and kids. It's just unfortunate. So never take it. Always enjoy your life and believe in yourself. Ryan, thank you for that. Whoa! Sending a laughing disco. Now that tomorrow, that'd be great. Thank you so much. Seen that. That's pretty cool. I didn't even know they had that on there. Laughing disco. Forget about it. Look at this. Bada boom, bada bing. That's pretty damn cool. Whoa. 2 of them. Marshmallow. Ryan, thank you. You rock. Oh, marshmallow high. Thank you, Ryan. That's pretty cool. I like the purple color. YouTube is a genius. Coming out with the colors and everything. Thank you so much, Ryan. I appreciate it. All joking aside. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're going to be doing some disco tomorrow. Or maybe some rock. Maybe some rock. Maybe some both. Sal, I want the shirt you're wearing, but you have to sign it first. So I have your first professional signature laughing out. Wow, wow, wow. You got it, Crystal. You got it. You got it. But I'm nobody. But you got it, Crystal. You got it. We are going to be giving out a random shirt. My wife said it's going to be a surprise. She doesn't want to show it because the stinky cigars. And happy wife is a happy life. So we will be giving out a Trump shirt. If you win, you better wear it. No, then give it to somebody or give it to somebody on here. So we'll be giving that out in a few minutes. I wonder if I have a marker, Crystal. So, well, thank you, Crystal. I really am. And every YouTube channel. I mean, this, if it's not for the people like you, Crystal, and everybody on here, new, older, or disagree, not disagree, trolling, you're all somebody special, you know. So we appreciate it. And always make sure, though, guys, you always spend time with yourself, but you do before you go on social media, and make sure you have a clear mind, not just on my live, anybody else's live, before you go on there. Sometimes you say something you're probably going to regret, and we can overlook a lot of things on here, but some channels won't. But even worse, YouTube might not. They have their guidelines. It's a privilege to be on here, so be careful if you're kind of in a certain mood before you go on to make a certain comment. I don't mean you're not liking Trump or liking Trump, but words like, just some words I won't even say. Just be careful on that. All right, let's continue. 30,000 may not sound like a lot to some, but you really think about it, it is a ton of people. Yeah, yeah. You know, Laughs, my uncle would say, he doesn't give credit that much. He's an old school Italian. He's probably going to say, holy shit. Now, wonder what the hell our grandparents are saying. When I say our grandparents, people that are my age in their 50s, 59, are thinking about lives on Facebook, YouTube. What the hell are they doing? Who are they talking to? What is this Trump talk and Epstein talk? And, you know, but again, guys, trolls tend to hurt feelings, but end up, yeah, you know, I can go on and on about trolls, but I won't. On what it means, because you got different kind of trolls. You have those trolls that are just not happy with themselves at the moment, and that's fine. Hopefully they find happiness. Then you have just certain people that are just jealous, and then you have other trolls that are just we won't say. All right, help the algorithm. Yes, they do. Trolls do help the algorithm. Amen. High five, fist bump. You are right about that. As Crystal says, hello, Lori. So we've been on an hour and a half. We'll continue live a little bit longer. Celebrate a little 30,000. We will be celebrating more of the 30,000 subscribers tomorrow with our greatest Fabian, who, by the way, we disagree on politics, but we are perfect examples that we are, not because he's a mod and he's not on here now, because he is focusing on his YouTube channel, which he should. But we became, and we will meet, and I've met with a lot of people on here, like Lori, and Dizzy, and Mike, and I might be missing a few, but we will meet. But we are internet friends on different sides. You know, he's on one side, I'm on the other, but we agree on, you know, friendships and love, and that's the way we should be. Just like the people I meet here in Vegas that I fight for homeless. Some of them are Democrats who support it, some don't support, some Republicans support. At the end of the day, we have a cigar together, and that's the way it should be. We need to bring that back. We need to bring that back, as somebody said 30 minutes ago. I think somebody said something about bringing the parties to agreement, because that's what you need, to disagree, to agree, but stop the hate. Like that Rosie O'Donnell, she's a person that just hates America because she left. You know, she is not a good person. I don't wish harm on her, and I wish her the best, and I really mean that. But that's a person who doesn't love themselves, along with Robert De Niro. And there's some who are Republicans either, too. Let's get it straight. There's out there, there's some, unfortunately, you know, it's the way it is. All right, Panda, I didn't say hello to Panda. Let me read Panda. Panda, how are you? Always good to see you. Speaking of loyal subscribers, I don't care if my neighbor is blue, green, or rainbow. That's my neighbor. That's a great comment. I'm glad something told me to go to that comment. Panda, 2 high fives, fist bump. Is that a great comment? Seriously, Panda. Great comment. Albert, yeah, Albert, on Albert, first of all, Albert, God bless you and the family. Thank you for those kind words. I really appreciate it. I think there is, Albert, on both sides, Albert. I just don't think people, I don't know why. I see it, Albert. And you probably see it on your side, Albert. Well, you're doing it right now, Albert. I don't know if you're an independent or a Democrat or you just don't like Trump. You're showing that right now, Albert. That's class. And I think there's more people, because Albert, I was a Democrat before. And now I'm just a Trump supporter. I like to go about who I feel that the nation's heading on. But that's a nice comment there, too. And that's the way we should be thinking. But, to each his own. But I believe there's people on both sides will say the words I'm saying. Not in exact words, but we'll say it. I have no problem calling out or discussing where Trump fumbled the ball at today at all. I wish more Republicans would do that or just more people. It's not about Republicans or Democrats. I wish more people, Isabel. Uncle Sal, take a deep breath. There it is. I did well, Isabel. Crystal. I wish more people would identify not just on Republican or Democrat, but their religious beliefs, on their, Catholic. Like, I will call out the religion of Catholics. I'm still a Catholic. I believe in it. But you should be able to express your thoughts. Everybody should. Respectful. And that would probably solve some of the problems we have. Not all, but some. Common ground. That's a Lori. That's a common ground. 2 high fives, yeah. Free will, Pat. Free will. Great comment. Sal, read my comment. Laughs. Sal, read my comment. I went back to that. Let's go back to laughs. Our loyal subscriber laughs. Notice the difference between the trolls that come in here versus the respectful Democrats. Yes, I do. I do. Really do. I'm thinking about it, laughs. I'm like, you're right. Exactly. We just witnessed some of that, But laughs, there is trolls on both sides of the game. You're right, people. But let's be open-minded. There's probably trolls on both sides. You know what I mean? Right now, obvious, because I'm a majority of us, or some of us, or a lot of us, maybe tonight are supporting Trump, even though I called them out, or I didn't call them out, but just on the words they said. But with that said, I think it's on both sides, mainly more on the Democrat side because of what we're discussing and on there. But you're right, though. You really are right. As later it goes. Interesting. I got to get some tea. Great live tonight. Appreciate you guys. Always a great live. Make sure you stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. Let us know you're new, where you're coming in from. You agree or disagree, I have no problem with it at all. Let me look in the camera. I have no problem with it at all. I love my hair because I'm going bald. No, I support Donald Trump and going bald. Tomorrow will be a interesting, fun, unique live. It'll be my first live with a guest who so happen is got a YouTube channel and is doing well with his YouTube channel. Let me read Crystal's message here. No matter if you're a Democrat, this is from Crystal Richmond, our loyal subscriber moderator, Democrat or Republican or independent in that matter, or even not into politics, all are welcome here. Absolutely, so well said. That is perfectly said. Absolutely. Absolutely, Dean. Absolutely. And that's the way. Look, every YouTube channel should run their YouTube channel like they want, by the way. But that is common sense. It really is. Common sense, right, Crystal? I think it is. Enter my troll course, $25 an hour. Anyhow, you're a goofy, somebody said. Yeah, it's nice to be goofy, though. A little goofiness is good. Thank you for saying I'm goofy. Appreciate it. Tomorrow, for Fabian, and I are on different sides of political, but tomorrow will not be any politic talk. Not because Fabian doesn't want it, because it's we just don't want to be politically talk politics tomorrow. I mean, one time we're not going to do it, and we're going to have fun doing a little something different and music. And Fabian's a great DJ, and hope he's doing his little DJ. We're not going to be playing a lot of music, but we're going to play some music and talk in between. And it'll be my first live with a guest, and it's going to be Fabian who agreed to it, and have a little fun. So if there's something you want to listen to, and for about an hour tomorrow night, we will be on at 6 o'clock on West Coast time. That's California time, Vegas time, and 9 o'clock East Coast time. So it'll be kind of unique and fun, and just have some fun, as Ardell High Five Fist Bump will be. And it won't be any kind of request but it'll just be fun. And it's going to be just, pretty much rock or disco and take us back. And I think my thumbnail is going to be take us back. And a lot of us are in our 40s, 50s. Sal, speak for yourself. But even if you're in your 20s, you might like some of the music, or maybe you hear it in your parents' car or your grandparents' car. It'll be different. We're going to probably play 10 different songs and react and have some fun, like we've done on the mountains and told ghost stories and camping and that kind of stuff, and be silly for an hour. And I'm not afraid to mix it up a little bit. I know some of the songs will be some copyrights, and but it's okay. I'm sure YouTube will, once every year to play a little music and take those songs down as soon as it's done. So we'll do what we can do on the copyright deal. There will be some copyrights, unfortunately, but we're gonna have fun doing it, and then we'll take it from there. It might be real well. It might go well. Yeah, it's gonna be well. It's gonna be fun. All right, we'll move on. All right. Wow, we got 155 likes. Yeah, it'll be different. I know Crystal will be there, who supports Fabian, so it'll be fun on that. I know Fabian's really looking forward to it, and so am I, and I know you guys are. So as he's building up his YouTube. All right. Yeah. And once again, guys, if you're coming in late, still 173 missing there in Texas, and our prayers and thoughts over there. What a once in a lifetime storm. And again, we're following up with the Pam Bondi, and my thoughts is she could be losing her position, but maybe not. Some of you think no. Where I called out, well, I didn't call out Trump. I thought Trump should have used other words on the on Epstein files, because it seems to be important for a lot of people on here and a lot of people out there. For me, it's not important, not to be smart, but we talked about that this evening, and God, let's hope that the rain stops there in Texas. I heard they were getting more rain, so they can go ahead and clean up and maybe be surprised. Miracles happen. They can find another body alive, or at least get some closure in that area. So I think Epstein had everyone in his pocket. Yeah. You won't see him no more, though. You won't see him anymore. Or maybe, because people still think he's like Elvis, alive. So, oh, we got a little gift there. Look at that. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Ryan, you rock. Thank you for the flower there. Floating flower. Thank you so much for all your support tonight. I appreciate it. It's not unnoticed, my friend. Thank you so very much. Appreciate it. So just ignore some of the people with the little people I call little people, aka trolls, and not happy with themselves. Just ignore them, guys, and continue on. That's all you can do. Mr. Salas says, what is your job? My job is to have a cigar and enjoy life. That's what I am. Thank you, Lori. Tell them. A fitness instructor who's real, who smokes a cigar, who's not afraid to have a martini and go out with my clients. Everybody says, what's the secret? How you been in business for 30 years? That's what I do. That's it. Come on, Mr. Salad. Come on. All right. Appreciate everybody. 30,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for all your support. Rent control in New York City. It's out of control. Out of control in New York City. Out of control in California. Out of control here in Vegas. Rent's out of control. We got to get people in their homes. Thank you for that comment. We got to get people buying homes again. Got to get interest rates down. Got to make it more affordable. Got to get the credit criteria a little bit easier. I'm not saying got to get kids out of the house and get them into homes. Thank you, Lori. Habama says you're fired. That's it. I'm done. Obama says I'm fired. Obama really likes Donald Trump, by the way. You know that, right? You know they're good friends, right? You know Obama goes over there and has a martini. Trump doesn't drink, but you know Barack Obama voted for Trump, right? You know Biden voted for Trump, right? Gas is still out of control. It is. That's because of Gavin Newsom, though. That's because of the governor there. And that's why it's out of control here in Vegas. Because of California's governor. And that's the problem. Because if they open up, Crystal, if they open up some of the refineries there, then gas would be around $3.80 there. That's why it's out of control. Gavin Newsom. You can say it, I can't. That's horrible, Laura. Yeah, I mean, $3,000, or is that two? Oh, sorry, $3,000. That's a lot. A lot of zombies in this world. Where'd that come from, Kathy? A lot of zombies. Did I miss something? Taco Tuesday. Send me one, Will. Send me one with a jalapeno. Shrimp. Thank you. Appreciate you. Jacob. Yes. Yes. Bitcoin's doing well right now, guys. Bitcoin. Anybody in Bitcoin? Bitcoin. Does anybody really know how it works? Here we go. Why did I bring it up? Thank you for your comment, Daniel. Even though I disagree. Gas was $3.14. Where's that at? In Detroit? Really? Bitcoin's doing well. Run by the people. Bitcoin's run by us, guys. That's the only problem I have with Bitcoin. It's run by us. It's run by the people. I don't, Ozzy, I would just recommend if you get in it, double your money, triple your money, and cash out. But other people on here would disagree. Because Bitcoin are people who are really thinking the dollar will be gone. Do you guys really think the dollar will be gone? Do you really think the dollar is done? Yes or no? I don't think so. Because a lot of people will say the dollar's, forget about it. But silver's climbing, Lemon J. Send me some silver. Dollar's going to be gone. Debbie says, no, you think the dollar's going to be gone? That's what people really are, Bitcoin is Ponzi. Absolute, John. Bitcoin is Ponzi. John, I just so happen to agree with you. But nobody else has to agree with us, John. John, I agree. I agree. You just don't know the people are running it. It's just like a circle. So, 545, 625 a gallon here in Central Cal. That's just way too high, Crystal. It's way too high. I know here it's it's lower, Crystal, here in Vegas, but still $3.90 at a cheap gas station. Ponzi, yeah. I was talking about that today, John. I think that was John. Tennessee is $2.39. Number one, Mom, send me some in Tennessee. Send me some moonshine, apricot. I'm just kidding. That's cheap though in Tennessee. Wisconsin. That's pretty cheap, Kathy. I don't understand it either, Lemon J. it's just run by what I know, what I understand of it a little bit. It's run by all. It's just run by each and every person in that Bitcoin. But someone trying to explain it to me once, I just see, yeah, I understood. I had no idea. I just know a little bit. It's run by. Um, Natalie Hopkins in the house. Hello, Natalie. I think I'd rather play blackjack. I'm only kidding. Would you go to Epstein Island? Probably not. Might be alligators there. I think I seen 390 in Vegas. Epstein list killed itself. Interesting. Interesting comment there. Really is, Sonny. Sonny D. Sonny D. Love the name. Like the comment too. Interesting comment. Ryan Johnson. Appreciate you, Ryan Johnson. Appreciate everybody on here tonight. Another great live, generous donations. Thank you so very much. As I believe, according to Laughs, 30,000 subscribers on this channel. So congratulations on everybody who is on this channel and who liked and subscribed to this channel. We have a great community here and some of the best moderators. And 30,000, there it is from Laughs. Somebody says hello, weirdo or weiro. All right, appreciate you. Coops Walking Dogs, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Lemon J. Appreciate it. Would not do it without you and everybody that's on here, even the little people, aka trolls. So, your mama. What's my mama got to do with anything? Jesus loves you all in the chat. Amen. Amen and amen. You're right. Absolutely, 100%. That is so well said. Smoke the meth. And there we got a anyhow, interesting late comments on this live. Appreciate it. Thank you for everyone saying congratulations. Make sure you thank the moderators as well, because I could not do it without the moderators and each and every one of you. What's up, England? How are you, England? Appreciate you. Thank you so very, very much for all your support. Ardell, Ardell, it's not because you said that, but my wife says give out a shirt to Ardell. I am glad I found your channel. Ardell, before I even seen that, honest to goodness, guys, I have faith of, what's the other side? Faith of God. Ardell, Maribel wants to give you out a shirt, a Trump shirt. I believe you're a Trump supporter, but if you're not, you can give it to somebody else or you can give it to somebody. But anyhow, only thing is I only have a extra large Ardell. So we will be sending it out tomorrow if you want it. So please do me a small favor, not on here, Ardell. Congratulations, A. B, my email, if Mike's still on here, or Janine, or Lemon J, escapano13@cox.net, or Crystal, one of yous, or both of yous, escapano13@cox.net, and send me, not on here, Ardell, but on my email. I will check it shortly after this live, momentarily, and I will send it out to you. You should get it if you're in the United States. I think you're in the United States. If you're in the United States, only if you're in the United States, by the way, we will send it. You should get it within 2-3 days. So thank you very much, and thank you for your support. As Maribel says, give it to Ardell. So thank you. And everything froze up on here, so what the hell happened here? Lemonhead, how are you? Tracy Lawrence, what's going on? Thank you, Crystal, for putting that on there. I appreciate you, Crystal, so much. Thank you. Escapano13@cox.net. We're going to give Ardell. I'm in New York, or North Carolina, sorry. Okay, good. So, Ardell, just do me no hurry. No hurry. Just send it, and I'll check my email to that email address. You can go back to Crystal. She just put it in there. a few comments before yours, prior to yours, and we'll send that out to you. A Trump shirt. I don't. It's gonna be a surprise. I'm not gonna tell you what kind, but you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. So, and Crystal just was nice enough to put it again. We will send that out tomorrow morning, and you should get it at North Carolina by Friday. I hear you, Charlie. Thank you for your support, and thank you for loving Trump. MAGA, Lemon J. There's the flags behind me. Maribel put the flags behind. Yep. I seen that, Crystal. Thank you for that. What you did that time out there. Unfortunately, we hate to do it, but unfortunately, we have no choice. Yep. Okay. So yeah, I'll wait for that email on there. Thank you, Lori, Crystal, and Lori. Oh, you're very welcome, Ardell. You're very welcome. Appreciate you. Appreciate you so very much. So we'll get that out, and you should get that in North Carolina by Friday when you email it to me. Number one, Mom. Yeah, Lori. Trump's on the list, somebody says. Trump's could be on that list. We don't know. I don't think so. Like Lemon J says, we might all be on that damn list. The question is, will the Epstein list come out? Do the best you can, Ardell. Whenever you can. I'm sure you'll get it all figured out once you get it, and we'll get it to you. We'll figure it out, Ardell, together. We'll get it. No, I'm not cute enough. Draining the swamp will take decades. Yep. Not until midterms, yep. Israel government's in control? You think? You think? Just as I put it in my mouth, laughs. A lot of interesting comments, a lot of interesting thoughts on the Epstein files and Pam Bondi and Donald Trump and where we're going forward. I mean, again, a lot of people don't really care about the Epstein file, but there's people who have some interest. There's people are curious, right? Whether you're MAGA or it don't matter what side you're on, are curious. People are just curious, and some aren't. But a lot of people are curious what's really on the list. Like, I think people want to know, will it make a difference on Trump, on his legacy, the House, winning the House in a year and a half, on the future Republican president, on the future Democrat president. At the end of the day, I just don't know if it'll make a difference one way or another. I really don't. MAGA. How many more MAGA we have in here? Did anybody lose that MAGA spirit? Did anybody on here? Or do we still have that MAGA in us? Huh? Trump has done so much, ladies and gentlemen. He's not perfect. I talked about it on my segment for the first 35 minutes. As my wife says, too much. But he's not perfect. But he is on track to really make a difference for the flags behind me, for the United States of America. He really is. As Tracy puts in, I'm MAGA. Are you kidding me? Forget about it. And there's a lot of people who are still MAGA, and there's people that are still behind Trump but not MAGA, and there's still moderate Democrats who are with him and hoping for a better, party, I'm sure. And then you have people that are just not supporting Trump at all. Tish is MAGA. Crystal is MAGA. All right. Number one, Mom is MAGA 100%. Don't ask me again. I'm only adding words. I'm only kidding, number one. Yes, absolutely. Logan. What's happening, Logan? MAGA. Laps is MAGA, don't ask me again. I'm only kidding, laughs. Sean, what's up, Sean? Sean Nelson. MAGA. Sean is MAGA. MAGA forever. Like that? Interesting. Forever. Damn right. MAGA 100%, Deborah says. MAGA 100%. Nothing, just got off for work. Saw the stream. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Ozzy Crosby, MAGA. Richard, what's going on, Richard? Speaking of our moderators, hello, Richard. Appreciate you. Great live tonight. We, God bless you, United States of America. God bless. Trump was best friends with Epstein. That's from Lee Jackson. Welcome in, Lee Jackson. Appreciate you guys being in here and expressing your comments in a professional way. Come in here and disagree with me at any time. Appreciate it. I've been a fan of Trump since I was a little girl. And it's funny. A man I used to listen to my grandpa say one day he will be president and it'll happen. Yeah. You know, interesting you say that, Crystal. Because I wonder what my grandfathers would say, because I used to hear them say that, you know, Trump and you know, and the businessman, and we know he went bankrupt, and he used to run Trump Casino. But a lot of them said, I remember him on Oprah Winfrey. That's how old I am. Yeah, wow, that's so funny. As I was saying that, Tasha, when Oprah was suggested it, that is crazy, Tasha. Not crazy, Tasha. As I was coming out and saying that, it's like almost you read my mind. Whoa. But yeah, he was on Oprah. I was going to say Johnny Carson, but it was Oprah. And here he is president, you know. And again, if you're coming in, he's not perfect. But he is doing so much in a little time. And he really wants well for us. And that's why I get aggravated sometimes when he fumbles the ball a little bit. Because I want him to do well. It was Johnny Carson. Yeah, it was Johnny Carson. Yeah, he had a lot of hair back then. He still has a lot of hair. I don't have a lot of hair. Anyhow, yeah, it was Johnny Carson and Oprah. You know, by the way, Trump was a Democrat before. You know, people change. A lot of us on here right now that are Democrats could be very well be a Republican or support the Republican Party, and vice versa. A lot of us could be, I know a lot of MAGA are saying, no damn way. I'm just saying there's some on here that are Trump supporters can go down the road 20 years from now, 10 years from now and say, I can't believe it. I'm glad I voted for Trump, but I actually voted Democrat. And guess what? That's fine, because that might be the best candidate for that particular time. You know, I might not be here in 20 years, I'm just saying. But in any event, that's the way it is, you know. Some people, they just vote Democrat their whole life. And that's fine, like my mom. And there's some people who go down and they're just Republicans their whole life. Then there's some people like, you know, who just were waiting for the perfect candidate, as Crystal alluded to a little bit, who's been following Trump, who voted for Trump and are happy what Trump is doing. So, but I'm not afraid to call him out. All right. I'm voting for JD, Logan says. Think JD will be the front runner? Maybe. 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 Mr. Bogus 213, welcome in the chat, says Trump is on that Epstein list. I don't care what anybody says. Mike, thanks for being here. I know it's a long live. I appreciate you, Mike. You don't know how. Thank you so much. Appreciate you so much. We're going to go a few more minutes here. Thank you for the likes. We have 200. Oh, excuse me. We have 163 likes. That's good. JD is cool. And Lori says, hello, Richard. A lot of new subscribers tonight. If you're new, let us know if you're new, if you feel comfortable. And if you feel comfortable, let us know what state you're coming in from. Appreciate you guys. Welcome in. Welcome into this live. We are live almost every day. I do take occasionally a day off. I was going to say I keep it fair, but it's just who I am. I will thank you for letting us know you're new. I keep it open. I keep it honest. What's up, Tennessee #1 mom? I know you subscribe. Thank you for all your comments and jumping in here. Appreciate you. JD hates Trump. I don't think that's true at all. I don't think that's true at all. He might disagree with him, but I don't think he hates him. I'm sure you didn't mean that, and I'm sure you're just following up with some of the fake news outlets, but that's fine. I like JD. Or you guys know who I really like is Marco Rubio. Sal, Epstein files got eaten by Democrat. How many on here think, seriously, real quick, do you think we're going to see the Epstein files? Yes or no? You think we're going to see them? He said it before he became president. Rubio did what? Rubio did what? What are you talking about, my Rubio? Rubio said he's his soul. How are you talking about? No? Stanley, what's up, Stanley Outdoors? No? I seen that, Crystal. Thank you. My cat ate the Epstein files. Or excuse me. Getting late. My dog, excuse me, laughs. My dog ate the Epstein files. And he's on the Epstein files. That's funny. I like Marco Rubio a lot. I got good vibes, and I think he's good. I would call him out, too. Call myself out. I like Marco a lot. Trump lied. Trump lied, somebody says. He lied. But he's the president of the United States. As the flag says, get over it. And the flag was made, where from, Janine? You like Ron? Hillary, she shredded the files. Hillary Clinton shredded the file. Maybe she did. She might have. That's a great possibility. Flags made from Italy. Get over it. Get over it. Made from Italy. All right, I'm getting silly. Allegedly, I love it. Love it. What was that, Janine? Crystal? Lori. Sorry, Lori. Sorry, Lori. I love it, Lori. That's funny. That was good. Allegedly. What would Jesus do? Pray. Pray for us all. Certainly pray for each and every one of us and those poor children in Texas. Very welcome, Sean. You can't. Oh, why can't he get over 2020? Maurice, what's happening, Maurice? Maurice, I like that name. I don't know, Maurice. I don't know. You tell me. I was hoping that Mr. Trump would have a six-pack. Or excuse me, have a. Where did I get that at? And I'm not even drinking. Have a pick of Rubio for vice president instead of Vance. Yeah, I like Marco. I like both. Rubio better. Sounds like a Democrat. Pat, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, number one, Mom. Yeah, that's only 3/4 of it tonight. Vance and Rubio. I hear you, Janine. I hear you. My hair is white, blonde, laughing out loud. Yeah. Yep. Funny, Nick. Absolutely. Italy. You think so, Logan? I don't know, Logan. I don't know. He's a great governor. Ask the people from Florida. What do you think about Ron being president? I just don't know. I'm hesitating on Ron DeSantis. I don't know. Mike says he sucks. He's a good governor, though. No, Mike? Mike, is he a good governor? So, we hit over, Sal, we hit over 1,000. Oh, really? Wow. Wow. That's amazing. Thank you, Crystal, for bringing me up to the date. Appreciate it. Amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that, Crystal. I've seen that. Thank you. He's a great governor. Yeah, he's a great governor. I don't know about president yet. That's just my thoughts, guys. I'm just saying. I just don't know yet. That's it. You people are out of your minds. You people are out of your minds. But I like this show. Like CNN says, they add on. Well, thank you. We're out of our minds. Crystal, read Richard's message. Yep. Yep. Betty's in the house. Says Trump's on that Epstein list. There comes Betty. J.D. Vance is our next president. Forget about it. I like adding on number one, Mom. You'll get to either like me, love me, disagree, or hate me. But I'm just having fun. You're probably right. I'm just a bigger fan of Marco Rubio. But J.D. showed me everything he needs. J.D. Vance showed me a lot on when he stood up for Trump when Zelensky was in the White House and he took over. He showed me some strength there. And so Stanley Outdoors, little Marco. He's little. No, I won't hate you. Well, thank you. Texas floods. Yeah, it's sad. We learn a lot in the past. We have, Lori. Wow, great comments, Lori. You always have great comments. Yeah, we have. And many in politics, but in a lot of things, right? We've learned a lot on. But you're right. 100%. Shapiro, he scares me as a conservative. Shapiro, here's the thing though. He might be too much. I just don't know. I don't know what the Democrats are going to toss in there. Pete Buttigieg, maybe. Who the hell knows? It will not be AOC. Almost guarantee she has a 0% chance. Or the other guy in California, Gavin Newsom. Here comes some. Anyhow. Yeah. All right. Shapiro's a robot. You think so? You think he'll just be a robot, or he is a robot? He is a robot. Will be a robot. I don't know. Democrats got to get their shit together. They fumble the ball too many times. You know, I talked about the word fumble, the best way I could describe it, with Trump today, fumbling on the 50-yard line, but we lost the connection. I'm back. And anyhow. I seen that, Richard. Thank you. Great job, Richard. Janine, Lemon J. Of course, Crystal. Thank you so very much for everything you guys do on here. The best you possibly can. And the communication. Appreciate you guys. So we're going to go a few more minutes. I'll read a few more comments here. Lori, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you so much, Lori. Mike M, thank you so much. Oh, yeah. How about that, Crystal? You let your guard down today. No, I'm only kidding. You're doing great. Everybody does a great job. You can never do any wrong, but they're good. They're good, Crystal. They're there. I'm here to watch you cope. Interesting comment. All right. I'm laughing. He's Jewish, and right now they hate the Jewish people. Yeah, Pat. Unfortunately, I would, if he supported what I thought our nation was going, I would have no problem with somebody being Jewish. I look in the camera, or black, or Italian, or a woman. And I don't think you're going to see an Italian president either in our lifetime. I just don't think you're going to see it in our lifetime, Italian or Jewish or even Mormon. You're probably going to see a female president or a gay president before the ones I just said. on there, but I can be wrong. The Italian, for obvious reasons, it's hard to disengage the Italian mob kind of stuff. Rudy Giuliani was the best shot, and he ran his campaign in Florida and messed up. And I wasn't a big fan of him, but I don't think you're going to see. And it's a shame, because I think you should see if somebody does. It shouldn't matter who the person is, as long as they're a good candidate and support American ways, like Donald Trump. There shouldn't be an issue of Jewish or Italian or female or black or Hispanic, if I say so. And my thoughts, anyhow, just my thoughts going forward. Hey guys, thank you so much for these lives. Appreciate you guys. It was a great live tonight, like always. Tomorrow will be a little mix in things there. And somebody said Obama was gay. Who knows? But in any event, thank you so very much for everybody being here. We got a Jake. Appreciate it. Texas flood victims can't get relief until they pledge to Israel. Look it up. Thank you for the donation for the homeless. Appreciate that, Williams. Thank you, everybody on there, and even the AKA Little People Trolls. Have a great, beautiful evening. Crystal, I will be checking out those photos. Thank you for getting me to relax somewhat in the beginning. Thank you, everybody. Tomorrow, check out me and our first time ever. We'll go dual live. I think it's called dual live with Mr. Fabian, and we'll give him some love. And we're going to have a good time for about an hour, a little over an hour. Of course, I said that tonight. It ran 2 hours, but I think we're going to stay around an hour because of the copyrights with the music. And then we're going to adjust it. Well, I'll have to worry about that on the next day, and have some fun with rock and disco. And that'll be tomorrow, 6 o'clock. West Coast time, 9 o'clock East Coast time. So if you're into something like that, come on board for a little bit, or a lot, or not at all. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all new subscribers. Believe in yourself. Stay true to yourself. Spend time with yourself before, and your family, before you get on the social media. It's very important, guys. Thank you so very much. God bless. And our prayers and thoughts are with the families, heartbreaking, and those little girls and adults who lost their lives in Texas. May they rest in peace, and our prayers are with everybody there. God bless. And God bless Donald Trump. See you on the next. Thank you.